again for catching the hashtag replay. I'm not going to be before you long. I say that, but I really don't think I'll be on here long, y'all. I really don't. But y'all pray for my neighbor. He be coughing. Pray for my neighbor. He be coughing. But y'all, without further delay, wait, before we, y'all, I done forgot the book. But as y'all know, hold on, give me 1 second. Hey y'all, I'm back. And as I always say, y'all, before we begin, I wrote a book, science fiction. What if the Book of Ruth took place in an Afrofuturistic kingdom? Science fiction called The Cyborg Redeemer. Click the link in the description box and you can get you a copy. But without further delay, let's jump right into it. This is Wonder Man episode 8, the ending. Now, y'all, the ending would have been cool if it wasn't for the last scene. The ending was redeeming me because all in all, I really didn't care for the show. I didn't, y'all. I didn't care for this show at all. It was quite boring. Simon was insufferable. Trevor was somewhat less insufferable. My favorite character was Janelle, and we didn't see much of her. But, y'all, without further delay, y'all, we're going to get on to this. This is episode 8, y'all. Let's jump right into it. So, y'all, certain that he will be arrested, y'all. Simon actually returns to his apartment and waits for the inevitable. Instead, he receives a call from Trevor, who tearfully apologizes and reveals a desperate plan. He will resurrect his famous Mandarin persona and publicly claim responsibility for the Wonder Man set. Y'all, during this time, Simon actually does call his mom, and he talks with his mom, and his mom does give him, acts like, what's wrong, what's going on, and he's like, oh, nothing, because he thought his life was over. But no, Trevor was trying to make right for what he did, although I wouldn't have forgave him. Not so quick to doll forgiveness out in moments like that, dude, because you was trying to set me up to go to jail on Black History Month. You was trying to set me up to go to prison on Black History Month. I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Falsely accused me of something I didn't do just to get me put into a prison because of Black History Month. Get them likes up. Yes. But y'all, Slattery does follow through. And staging a grandiose confession that draws media frenzy. Cleary immediately recognizes the lie but allows it to stand. The department, hi Emily, get them likes up. The Department of Damage Control needs high-profile inmates to justify the enormous cost of its new superhuman detention facility in Yucca Valley, California. And Slattery conveniently fills that role. Here's the thing. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? Get them likes up. Get them likes up. I wrote a book, link in the description. Link in the description. How y'all doing? How's everything? Get them likes up, and subscribe. And subscribe. Join the family. Join the family. But y'all, here's the thing. They built that entire giant, hey, how you doing, Davi? How you doing, Maribel? And all that. How's everything? Here's the thing, you guys, about what I just read. Why didn't they build a smaller prison first? Fill that up. And then build and add on to it. Wouldn't that have financially made more sense? And you could justify that. Start off small and then work your way out. They didn't do that. They wanted to start off big and fill it up. But you got to remember, supervillains aren't getting high. Supervillains aren't getting caught. They're not getting caught because evidently you ain't got enough to fill up that thing. So supervillains are actually doing very, very well by not getting caught. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. My notes got away from me. But yes, y'all, but with Slattery gone, y'all, Von Kovak is like, hey, we insist on continuing. He pushes Simon to channel his real sense of betrayal into a pivotal scene with Wonder Man is being betrayed by Barnaby. Yes, y'all, in this episode, he does that. Slattery's role is recasted with Joe Pantoliano stepping in as Barnaby. Against all odds, Wonder Man is completed, becomes a hit. I do like the fact, y'all, that we get the scene where it actually shows it being in the movie theaters. People are watching it. It's becoming a hit. People are screaming his name and all that stuff. I do like that. Watching his brother cry and be proud of him because he's not selling insurance and he's actually living his dream. I do like that as well. It says, and for the first time, Eric tells Simon that he's proud of him. Janelle informs Simon that he now has his choice of future roles. Instead of chasing another blockbuster, Simon proposed an unusual project. He wants to shadow a DODC under the pretense of researching for a new film, y'all. In this, y'all, Kovak, the director, he's like, I don't really do sequels, but hey, this made a lot of money. I might have to do them. And I understand, y'all. We got to get to the money, get to the bag. So, yeah, so. And then said the arrangement grants Simon access into the DODC prison, just as Cleary independently discovers that Simon's powers are fueled by ionic energy. Cleary proposes to his superiors that Simon could be more valuable as an asset than an inmate. Gee, you think? Don't y'all have the Avengers? Why not put him in the Avengers? Like there's a whole superhero team out here, y'all. Put him in the Avengers. Like, I'm not understanding why you're not. Get them likes up, y'all. If you're entering, get them likes up. And subscribe. Before any deal can make, Simon acts. Simon uses his powers. Simon infiltrates the facility, breaks Slattery out. Mind you, y'all, he's following this whole man around. And he did his part by gaining access. I will give him that, but Simon's dumb. He infiltrates her, Blake Slattery out, skates with him, lifting off the ground as a fugitive, chasing each other over fame. Choosing each other over fame, freedom over abundance, and truth over the system, but the silence. Okay, y'all, like I said, this episode was probably my favorite. Simon was least sufferable in here, but I didn't like how they had his character throw on the cape, literally throw on the cape and bust that man out. That man needs to stay there and pay for what he did. And the fact that Simon wanted to bust him out, I'm sorry, that was the dumbest thing I have ever saw and the dumbest thing I have ever seen. I do not support that at all. I really, truly, in my heart of hearts, do not support that in the slightest. But yeah, y'all, that was episode 8, the final episode, you guys. Tomorrow I will be reading, for the rest of the month, I'll be reading excerpts from my book. And I will be talking more about hope. So yeah, y'all be reading excerpts from my book and talking more about hope. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, come back. Your favorite uncle loves you always, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. Bye.